Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Bisdak Chef. I'm your host Rex Alba. So today will be a special episode because we are gonna be celebrating the next champion of Super Bowl on Sunday. So either you're a 49er fan or a Chief fan, we have this 3 very cheap food ideas for your Super Bowl party. Check this out. The ingredients. So we are going to be making fruit salad. It is very common in the Philippines to have when we have parties. So first we need the fruit cocktail. This is very cheap. I told you this is going to cost you less than 10 bucks for your party tomorrow for Super Bowl. This fruit cocktail is just about $1.64 each. So I'm going to pour it in. Now I drained the syrup so it's not too sweet. This small size is only $1.42 each. It's more tropical. So I mix it together. Now I have the condensed milk. So it's about over $1. Now you can just pour half of it initially to see how it tastes. Then you have the table cream. This table cream is only $1.34. So I'm just gonna use 2 of those. Now for the cheese, I'm using Gouda cheese. I have it in my stock. So you can either use mild cheddar or any kind of cheese. You just want to have it, cut it really in small pieces so they don't taste it. It doesn't overpower the taste of the fruit cocktail. So we're gonna mix the cheese. Let's try and taste it. For me, that's perfect. So I would use just half of the condensed milk with those mixtures. But if you want it a little bit more sweet, you can add a little bit more. That's it. That's your fruit salad. So if you, after you're done, we're gonna put this in the fridge for about 2 hours before the party, and then it's done. You can serve it. Enjoy. Our next food idea is the beef slider. Here's what you need. First, preheat the oven at 350 degrees. So our next food idea would be a beef slider. So first, I melted 2 butters in the microwave for about a minute. Now the technique here is you don't want the butter to be melted too much. You want it to be a little thick. Now I'll tell you why later, okay? So now after the butter, we can put our onion. But I like 2 tablespoons of onion. Now the Dijon mustard. That's about 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. The next one would be our poppy seeds. I used about 2 to 3 tablespoons of poppy seeds. Then our Worcestershire sauce. I practiced it earlier. Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. So I used 2 tablespoons of it. Now we are gonna set this aside. We need to spray non-stick on our Baking pan. I use a butter nonstick spray. Smells really good. Now we use the Hawaiian bread for this, and I like the one at Aldi's. It's cheap. It's only $1.59 for 12 rolls, and it's not pre-cut, so when you cut it yourself, it will be easy to pile it up here. So this is 12 rolls. This pan may not fit all the rolls, so you can just cut it. So we are just using half the roll. Set this way. There you go. Perfectly fit. Now we are gonna be putting our mixture. We use the brush to spread it evenly. Then we are gonna add our beef. You can use some other meat. If you're in the Philippines, if you want to use beef loaf, that's okay, perfectly okay. This one we use beef in it, the thinly cut beef, like a deli meat. Layer it up. But I'm a cheese lover, so I would like the cheese to overpower the meat. This is pretty cheap. This is only about $2 just for this pack. Now this time, we're gonna put cheese over it. We're gonna layer it up. I'm using Swiss cheese. You can use a combination of Swiss or mozzarella or cheddar. I'm using this cheese, Swiss cheese. Just layering it up. So the cheese, this cost me just about over $2, sorry. You can add more cheese, but you don't want it too salty either. So, when we can put it in the center, perfect. Now, we're gonna put our top part. Now we are gonna add our extra sauce or mixture. So now the thing with if you melt your the technique here is if you melt your butter too much initially, then it will just flow underneath the baking pan. But if you do it this way, just it still has a texture and it's not totally melted, then once we put this in the oven, it's gonna get in through and be absorbed by the bread. It'll be more moist and buttery. So now we already preheated our oven. Let's put this in the oven. And that is your beef slider. The third food idea is just a cracker mix. First, we're gonna melt the cream cheese on a bowl, depending on how strong your microwave oven is. So after we melt our cream cheese, we're gonna mix it with this Harry and David hot and smoky pepper and onion. So you can buy this in your favorite store. Oh. Ah. 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 There you go. Ah. So I'm gonna mix all of this. Now you can put some spice if you want to, okay? That's it.